Today, I am joined by an amazingly talented dancer, Ezra Sosa. Ezra
I
has been dancing since he was 2 years old, and you may recognize him from season 16 of So You Think You Can Dance, and he is currently on season 30 of Dancing with the Stars. Do I have your permission to post this episode of The Inspiration Show on social media? If so, may I proceed?
absolutely.
Thank you. So, why dance?
Mm, that is a great question. I feel like dance is a great was a great outlet for me growing up to express myself. Growing up, I was a very like socially like awkward person, honestly, growing up. And I really feel like dance was a great outlet for me to just express my feelings in ways that I really couldn't at the time. And I just grew to love it. And I think dance has been a huge blessing in my life, and it's helped my family get through a lot too. So like there's a lot that I feel like I owe to dance as well as like my family too. So I really look at it as something that like really saved my life. It sounds like so crazy, but I really appreciate dance a lot.
I 100% agree. Dance is such an amazing thing and an amazing way to express yourself without using words. It's so
Yeah,
creative and so different, and you can really tell a story using your body and music, and it all just comes together, and it's so beautiful in the end.
it really is.
So, what got you started as a dancer?
It was my sister. So Steph and I are 16 months apart, so that means we are Irish twins. She she got into dance when she was I think 7, but I was like young at the time. And you have to understand, like, we were so close growing up, so everything she did I had to do. So when she got into dance, I was like, I want to be with Steph, and so I started dancing with her, and I just grew to love it.
That's so special. And just a week ago, you were both on Dancing with the Stars on Green.
Yes, yeah, we were crazy.
It was so beautiful to watch you both. You guys are sibling goals, and it's just amazing to see how far you've came from dancing when you were children to So You Think, and now to Dancing with the Stars.
It's such a full circle moment. I never thought that something like that would ever happen. It's so crazy that, we were there and like we just kept looking at each other and we're like how is this happening right now? It's crazy.
I saw the video that you posted of you and Steph hugging after you finished the show, and my heart just, it was just so beautiful to
Yeah.
watch your dance journey. And you and Steph have both been huge inspirations on my dance journey. So it was so beautiful to see that.
That's awesome.
So I understand that you were originally supposed to perform with Donny Osmond in Las Vegas.
Oh my
However,
gosh.
you surprisingly ended up on Dancing with the Stars. Can you tell us
Yeah.
how that transpired?
Oh my gosh. So this this is a crazy story. So this was the month before I got Dancing with the Stars. And you have to understand, when I was casting for Dancing with the Stars, it was a really long process. We first talked to them when we were like, it was February. No, I think it was March. We first talked to them when it was March, and we had an interview with them, and they were like, "We're interested in you guys," and we're like, "Oh, sweet! Like this is awesome." They didn't reach out to us for like months, and so in my head, I'm like, "Oh, it's probably not going to happen." And then Donny Osmond reached out. I auditioned for him, and my brother danced with him. So I was like, this is a great opportunity. I would love to dance for him. So I auditioned for that, and I got it. And so I was just like, in my head, I'm like, oh, I'll take it. 3 days into the Donny Osmond audition, um, not audition, 3 days going into his rehearsal, sorry, I got an email from Dancing with the Stars, and it said they're interested in Steph and I, and that we were top candidates going into the season. I was like, oh my gosh. So in my head, I was like, I could either leave Donny Osmond to do this audition, well, not audition, but we were still submitting. It wasn't like an official thing that we got Dancing with the Stars yet. And, or do I just, say no to Dancing with the Stars and commit to Donny Osmond? And so the right thing I really felt like to do was say no to Donny and leave the show. And I actually didn't really leave the show. I'm technically still a swing on the show. That's so I had like someone come in, learn my spot, everything, and I committed to Dancing with the Stars. And so I submitted stuff and like more stuff. They wanted to see stuff of me teaching and all that stuff. And same with my sister. And Steph, she got an email to have like a meeting with them, and I didn't. So I was like, in my head, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't do
Oh,
it. And I was in rehearsals, and like I was there like 10 hours a day, and I was just swinging. I was just sitting there doing nothing. And I was like, I made the biggest mistake of my life. I didn't get it. And then I got an email from Dancing with the Stars. They wanted a meeting with me too. And I was like, oh my gosh, wait, I'm still in this. I was like so excited. I had one last meeting with them. And then one day, this was like a week after that. So I was like, oh, I didn't get it. Like it was just such emotional roller coaster. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing it. Oh my gosh, no, I'm not doing it. And it was, they got it. They sent me another email. And in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're gonna tell me like it's a no. And I was like, okay, it's okay. And I sat there, and it's a Zoom link, and it said Dancing with the Stars new dancer. And I was
oh,
like, oh my God, I jumped out of my seat. It was crazy. I started crying. It was like a crazy moment. Jumped on my couch right after. I was just like in a pool of tears. I was so happy. Um, so yeah, that's kind of how it happened. I had to leave because of Dancing with the Stars.
wow, that's amazing. And that really teaches you to take risks and trust your gut.
Yeah, it was like I'm not really a type of person that really does trust my gut, and that
Same.
was like one of the first times I was like, you know what, make a risk, and so I'm so glad I did.
I'm very glad you did as well. So you were also on season 16 of So You Think You Can Dance. What are some similarities and differences of what you experienced on So You Think and now Dancing with the Stars?
um so You Think You Can Dance and Dancing with the Stars, they're both dancing shows, but I feel like the thing that really separates them is literally like how many people work on the show. I really feel like So You Think You Can Dance was a great show, but it's like not as big as a show as Dancing with the Stars, and you don't realize that until you work on that show. And there's like millions of people. There's like 10 producers. There's so many cooks in the kitchen that work in Dancing with the Stars. But I will say, we're doing So You Think You Can Dance is really stressful because you are judged based on your dancing, obviously, for like all of America. And being on Dancing with the Stars, it's like I thought it'd be even more like I'd be under a lot of pressure and all that stuff, but it was kind of like the complete opposite. Everybody was so nice. Everyone um were treated like so nice, and it's a really amazing environment to work in. Um so like it's just less stressful.
I'm very glad to hear that you're under a less amount of stress and
Yeah.
that you
Even
under
though it's like we're not, it was
right.
just, but I definitely think So You Think You Can Dance taught me so much. That was definitely more learning experience. And I think at the time, I definitely wasn't ready for that world. So I was under a lot of stress for that reason.
Do you feel that So You Think prepared you for Dancing with the Stars in any certain way?
Yeah, absolutely. So You Think You Can Dance really teaches you how to, um, really teaches you like a lot of TV shows that are like that. It's not really mostly about the dancing. Obviously, like it is about the dancing, but a huge part of it too is getting people to connect with you and how you're able to do that. So I really think being on So You Think You Can Dance really taught me how to like really connect to audiences across of America. Because dancing is one aspect of every show, but then also there's the whole personality and their how they are as a character and how you treat yourself and how you hold yourself. I really think those are things that I learned from So You Think.
Definitely. And also showing your character and your
Yeah,
personality through dance is also a really big thing.
yeah.
Yeah, so like we mentioned earlier, Dancing with the Stars was a dream of yours for a while. What does it feel like to finally be there and working on the show? Could you give us a little insight on what it's like to work on Dancing with the Stars?
I mean, kind of like what I said before. Everyone's so nice. They're just really, I think the people that have worked on that show have worked on that show for a very long time. So they've really established a really big bonding family on the show. So you're able to talk to literally everybody there, including like all the celebrities too. They're just so nice, and they're really like everyone's just like a really good person, and it's just like a great place to go and really be able to like express yourself fully. And then just every day from work, I just come home and I'm like, I can't believe I'm still doing this, and I pinch myself and like, oh, I'm not dreaming, like this is actually happening. um it just is so surreal. I like seriously can't believe it sometimes.
It's amazing. I can't imagine being a part of something that special. And it's so nice that you have an amazing environment like that where everybody is one big family and you can always go to everyone for advice. That must be wonderful.
It is. Everyone, it's like crazy because you expect like someone to be like a little like rude or snotty, but like everybody, I was like on the phone, like, Mom, everybody's just so nice. And it's just, it's incredible. It's really incredible.
I'm so glad that you're finally getting this experience and that you're really enjoying it.
Thank you. That's sweet.
So, what advice would you give your younger self as you were entering the dance career?
Um, to trust myself more, and that I think growing up as a dancer, it's really easy to compare yourself and kind of get in your head and kind of get in a bubble where you just start to lose trust and faith in yourself. And I think a lot of us, I think like when we were kids, we just couldn't believe in ourselves. But you're so, like, I would have told myself that you're so capable of doing anything you wanted to do and just trust in yourself. And I really think if I did that sooner, I'd be like, I don't know. I would just appreciate a dance a lot more, you know?
I completely understand that. And that's why I love the saying dance like nobody's watching. Because when I'm there
Yeah.
in front of the mirror, I just feel like I'm in this whole new world just by myself and I can go wherever the music takes me. And I think that's one reason why I love dance so much.
Yeah, seriously. And like, you always dance better when nobody's watching anyway. And it's just like, you get to a point where you can just like, you can just dance like there is literally nobody watching. And I just wish I would have told myself that sooner.
I completely agree with that. And you have been a dancer I have admired and been inspired by during my dance journey. And it was an absolute honor to speak with you and learn more about
Oh,
yourself and your dance journey. Thank you so much for joining me on the Inspiration Show. I greatly appreciate it.
thank you. It was fun talking to you.
It was amazing speaking with you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.